Good time zone, everybody. Wow, really just stopped myself after a single word this week. What's up? I'm Eugenio. I'm DM Jazzy Hands. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm one of your co-DMs of Rivals for Waterdeep this season. Oh boy, do better than me.
Rivals for what? Really? I mean, technically,
that's a charity stream.
Rivals for Waterdeep. We're running a campaign, right? Yeah.
Yes, I am Brian, aka Urban Bohemian. My pronouns are he, him, and I am your other co-DM for Rivals of Waterdeep. And
see, he did better.
There you go. Yeah, it's great. I got my booster, so if I zone out, it's because
it's for the best of reasons.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's as always, it's not just us. Who else is here? How are we gonna do that? Which way we're gonna go around?
Backwards, forwards, I love me some chaos, but we have done so well at just doing the same thing every week. I feel like that is comforting and predictable.
Absolutely.
So let's do that. Which means I believe we start with Shaka.
Correct.
Whose name is Shareef, because that's a thing.
Allegedly. Yeah, so my name's Shareef, he, him. I'll be playing Shaka, he, him, Tiefling, Celestial Warlock. Looking forward to see what goes down at the Witchlight.
Yeah. Next up is LaTia. I don't know if I'm using character names or real names.
Who knows? I am actually, when I'm not on camera, I am a bird. It's me, LaTia Jacquise, playing Dahani, a murder bird Aarakocra monk. Who actually did kill something if you watched Idle Champions Presents. So good on her. She's finally a murder bird. Both her pronouns and mine are she, her. Take it away, whoever is next.
That would be Masood.
That's me in the Mario fit. Hello, I'm Masood. I play Gazrick Nomrad. Both our pronouns are he, him. And yeah, I'm really excited to get down to what happened last week and just jump right into it. I'm traveling on the road right now, so this is where I am. I'm gonna give a little talk about that later, but yeah.
Boy, a talk.
Mm-hmm. Well, mainly I'm just gonna we'll talk about it.
Moving on, Tanya, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I showed up for the chaos. I don't know why I come back some weeks, but I'm here. But I play Selise Astorio in your Paladin Ranger combination, and both Selise and I are she, her. And who knows what'll happen this week? I don't know.
We certainly don't know, and we're supposedly supposed to know. So
yeah,
that's
we
excellent.
Had ideas for the end of the season, but the last few weeks they've sort of been like, leave space for the rivals to do stuff because we don't really know what y'all are gonna do.
Yeah. Wait, that's everyone. So
it is
right after. So now you know who we are. How about a little bit about the people who help us make this possible? Shareef.
Yeah. So let's talk about people that are cool, make us cool. Well, they don't make us cool, but it's a symbiotic relationship, right? Our coolness, is in a forever cycle. So let's start with D&D Beyond. So all of our character sheets, we have digital access to it. We have access to our spells, NPCs, encounter management, looking up random ways to reactivate corpses, all kind of great stuff.
No.
I was searching through. I was like, what are the requirements for this?
No.
So it's a great thing, for ad hoc stuff. So if you go to dndbeyond.com, you could check them out, and we'll be giving away a bundle as usual. So if you're in the chat, make sure to look out for the code and enter that. And then you can win some sourcebook material from D&D Beyond. Must be present to win. And if you're not in the chat, remember that we stream live Sundays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Rivals of Waterdeep. And our dice trays and vaults are provided by Wyrmwood, Wyrmwood. Make sure to go to Wyrmwood Gaming as LaTia shows it off, and get your stuff from there as well. And if you use the code Rivals, you'll get free domestic shipping on it, as Brian also shows his off as well. And if you want to fill that up with some awesome dice, we're sponsored by Die Hard Dice. Make sure to go to dieharddice.com and use code Rivals for 10% off of your dice order. Never too much dice. Something I don't think I understood until I got into this community, and now I completely understand that there's never, ever, ever too much dice.
Never too
much.
That's right. Is that what that song was about? Oh man, I never realized that.
Absolutely. Luther was singing about dice.
1,000 crits from you, something like that.
Wow.
Oh, that's a nice remake.
Okay, we gotta rewrite. Okay, we gotta do that after the stream. Okay, yeah.
Later.
We have to do that at PAX.
I will write something. Don't stop me. Don't tap me. I will write something.
I'm certainly not.
That's true. I mean, we do have some amazing singers on our cast.
I'll tell you what. I'll pull out a lounge mic. I'm ready for it.
Yes. Piano and a wireless, baby.
If you want to rock out with some minis on your campaign, make sure to check out Eldritch Foundry, eldritch-foundry.com, and use the code Rivals D&D for 10% off. If you want some, I like the mini that LaTia is showing off as well.
Thank you. It's not an Eldritch Foundry mini, but I figured we could at least have some minis to show off. This is Scoop.
Oh, hi, Scoop.
Sweet. Is that did you paint that or
I wish. No, a wonderful person who got to play with Scoop painted that for me.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah. Awesome. I've seen some. I think I've seen Tanya do some painting streams and stuff. So like painting minis is definitely a thing that I don't know if I have the coordination or the patience to do, but I appreciate when I see other people do it. So that's cool. All right, and if you want some assorted geeky swag around the place, some cool shirts, some cool mugs, some cool masks. That's a nice like
imagine if I had my Stormcrow. Yeah.
Tanya's thing looks like a what's the name of the flagon of
flagon.
Yeah. That thing is enormous.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm not telling you what's in it.
Secrets.
And with that, we can now guess. So
yeah. All right.
Yeah. All the components for a certain spell. It's in there. So make sure to check out Stormcrow at shop.stormcrow.com. Use the code Rivals for 15% off of your order there. If you want to sound so silky smooth like the Rivals crew, check out Blue Microphones, crew.bluemic.com/rivals. Any purchase that you make at that link, we will get credit for all your wonderful blue stuff. And make sure to check out Idle Champions. It's a video game that's available on all consoles and mobile. So far, we have Dahani, Shaka, and Selise all partied up, and they all now have Ascendant skins because there's currently a streaming campaign, Trials of Mount Tiamat, going on. Where our actions are being reflected in the game, which is pretty cool.
Yes, so Shaka got a nice little addition of red eyes,
like there. Red eyes and the whole outfit.
I love that skin is so cool.
Yeah, if you never played a game with B Dave Waters as your DM, just be prepared to.
No one is safe.
To be rolling damage numbers that you've never seen. Like I've literally never said
about whether or not this is canon in the Rivals universe, or y'all go die.
Oh,
we will talk about it because I definitely have some ideas.
We'll just
I have so many ideas.
So if you type exclamation point code in the chat, you get a free Electrum chest to give you some gear and some ways to level up in game. And the other game that we are a partner with is Warriors of Waterdeep. If you type exclamation point WoW gems in the chat, you will get some gems to help you level up in that mobile game as well. So those are the ads.
We did it.
We did it. we should talk about
Accomplished.
Yeah.
It's
oh, we're done. Thanks everybody for hanging out.
Yeah, no, bye. That's it.
Bye.
I'm sorry, those ad rates. Thank you very much. And now we pass it off to our whoosh captain with
Nice.
a.
I'm reusing. I think this is either episode 1 or episode 2's whoosh hat because
Very good one.
Don't know where the rest of my hats are. But yeah, it's going over the bun today, and I hope everybody is ready because I am. Everybody, get your whooshing apparatuses at the ready. And some people might whoosh with like fans or like elbows.
I was ready to like
Elbow.
Hadouken that whoosh. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Hadouken. All right.
Exactly.
Previously.
Don't fake out chat. They're gonna start setting the whoosh.
I know.
We can't fake him out.
Yeah.
Previously on
Okay,
Rivals of
okay.
Waterdeep.
Let's go.
Yay!
Did it work?
We love everything.
Did it
about
happen?
Yeah,
Let's
it's
go.
happening.
There they go.
It's
Love it.
happening.
Wow.
Now let's
So
get off
good.
the bun.
All right, so what happened last week? It ended with
Hey.
some consternation, but where did it start? LaTia was giving us quite the recap earlier before we went live. Do you want to start with us, and then we can pass it around if need be?
Sure. I will pass it off with well, if you remember 2 weeks ago when we ended, a mysterious person that we had seen multiple times had just been seen again for the third time in Hirathok's office where we were having a meeting. So last week began with me informing Hirathok that, this person like has been seen multiple times. And I don't know if you think about this, but maybe they're a spy or a mole or something. And we decided that we were going to, put that in our back pocket for now, but we were also going to take some remorazes and go out and figure out where people had gone and if we could find out where they had disappeared to. I will pass it. Oh, this is going to be good. I'm going to pass it to Masood. Take it from there.
Yes.
Oh no, is Masood frozen?
No,
Oh,
for
No,
sure.
there he is.
Great. So, no. Can you still hear me? Yeah, that's all I
you're
count.
good. We got you.
So, cool, perfect. After that, we left. We'd gotten a offer of 2 Remmerhauses, and it just didn't seem sufficient. And so, Gazrick, doing what he does best, haggled for 4, and rolled some really, truly choice dice rolls. So powerful, in fact, that I was like, you know what? Let's not use it. Let's act as if I got a nat 1 instead. Let's just see. I've been
Okay,
too hot of a
you know
streak.
what?
Let's run a nat 1 just to like refresh it. And so sometimes you got to throw a fish back into the water. It's about that. And so it did not go over well, but did get the rights to do 2. We left and we're discussing what to do. And I remember Selise had backed up Gazrick's play for more Remmerhauses. And when they got back, because they wanted to do it honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, but Gazrick, the bureaucracy in itself is just a system of moral ethics that someone else decided. So Gazrick just cheated and took out the disguise self kit and used it to write 4 instead on the paper. And so now we have that. And so they went to, I believe, Tahani and Selise then went to the Remmerhaus stables to look after their rides for the next expedition, sort of doing a short route today to track some of the previous druids on their journeys, while Gazrick and Shaka went to the bazaar to go just get the gear that they would need. And then Shareef, you want to jump on from what happened from there?
Ooh.
I can try. To be fair, my brain's a
Okay.
little mushy.
I was gonna say you
I just
put
read
the
his
dad
hand
brain
down.
on
There's
the
a whole
spot.
lot.
There's a whole lot going on here. It's okay.
Sorry. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. You said, ooh, and I was like, oh yeah.
I do remember that we
I can
went,
keep going.
but I
that's
can't
good.
lie and
That's
say I
okay.
remember what happens.
There's
when
a
we
whole
went.
person that you are keeping alive right now. It's fine.
Yeah, and there were a bunch of us were there.
Your
We got you,
NPC
we got
is
you.
not. Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
So what I remember from there is we got there and we saw that same person that had been following us. They had set up a stall.
Oh, I remember
and-
now. Okay.
Right, and yeah.
Yes. So Gazrick turned into a wolf. To like no, he was already a wolf as we were walking over.
Oh yeah.
And so like he was like sniffing around. And Shaka was trying to creep from the side because like he did a pretty good stealth roll, I believe. So he was out of the line of sight. So Gazrick was kind of keeping a bead on him as like Shaka was sneaking in. Shaka decided not to. He could have done a sneak attack, but he decided to try the more of the vocal approach. And this dude booked it. I believe it was like 90 feet he went at once, if I remember correctly. We went to stop him. No, I think I don't remember. I think I blasted him and Gazrick like put him in some sort of cage, like some sort of like
right
vine cage.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we have him now.
We ensnared them pretty successfully. Yeah.
I don't remember what else happened after that.
Oh, you
might have been the last.
Do you remember the last bit? Oh, he said to us. No, that wasn't the last. He said to us, "Please help me because my family like I'll tell you everything you know, but I need to protect my family. Like they'll kill my family."
I'll be very specific about what was said.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can do this in exact accent, but it was like wait, let me how do I hold on? I'm not muting my mic like Eugenio usually is. I will give you what I can, but please, they can't know that you called me or I'll never see her again.
Very good. Yes.
That was a very good impression.
I know that was
a
great.
very good me doing this and you doing me doing this.
Very spot on.
So yes, and then you all complained that we made you care.
Which correct.
It was how dare you?
How dare we?
So
we also
rude.
mentioned that there were some guards who had taken notice of the fact that you vigilante justice citizen arrested this person. So they are they're not like racing towards you to like tackle you and arrest you, but they are approaching you with, let's say, looks of concern.
Sure.
And that is and that was what actually caused this man to say they can't know. Now I'm doing me, you doing me, doing this guy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Eventually he's gonna just sound like Kermit. It's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's where we left off and where we shall begin. So Shaka and Gazrick, and I believe Dahani and Selise, you all had some inkling that some shenaniganry was going on. You heard, and the Remmerhaz stable hand also heard. Was trying to figure out what was going on.
We unfortunately have no more. We unfortunately have to take a break from #Remmeraz facts to go find out what our fellow party members are doing, because who else would it be?
Absolutely, of course. With how much alacrity and haste are the two of you going to see what your friends have gotten into? Out of curiosity, Dahani and Selise. Like, are you like, oh god, they're melting the Caldera? Or are you like, oh, all right, let's stroll to the market to see what they're doing?
Did you know that the internal temperature of a Remmerhaz is so hot that when...
I think
these are like facts that pop up at the bottom of the screen.
Right. They're just a little ticker.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Selise. It's like fast enough to get away from the Remoraz fax boy, but we're taking our time still.
I was trying to ask if you're still writing Fenris or not.
Yes, I don't think I have not gotten off of Fenris.
Right.
So a fast clip. I'm keeping up with the dire wolf and Dahani, and I'm still sitting here like, she's riding the wolf.
You know, and it's interesting. It's interesting that you're still riding Fenris, riding the wolf. Nice. And something about this moment, not specifically related to this, but perhaps the fact that, you know, you're getting used to riding on Fenris, and Dahani, you're kind of like bouncing up and down a little bit, which is obviously fun, but also odd. It jogs a bit of your memory about when the rivals had to rescue Gazrick. And
I was wondering if this was going to come up today.
What moment comes to mind from the rescue? And again, it may just be that, you know what, having the unfamiliarity of having to turn a dire wolf into an Aarakocra mount has just jogged something else loose.
You know, this isn't the first time that Dahani at least has been on Fenris's back. We had to do the thing where hold on, wait, hold on.
This should be interesting.
It's gonna be good.
Okay.
It's gonna be
This
good.
is gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. No, we had to like cross a like, I don't know, was it a lava flow or some large patch of something uncrossable? And Fenris is a good boy and he's got great range, but he didn't have quite enough range. So like we did the thing where I fly over him and he jumps, and then I grabbed him and then I flew him the rest of the way. So it wasn't even really more of a ride. It was I picked him up and just like helped him get that extra 20 or so feet across this thing. And I did that for everybody because.
Now I have a question for you, Dahani.
Yeah, what's up?
As you're remembering this, you have transposed Fenris into the rescue, but then you realize that some of your memories have gotten a little scrambled because you all didn't have Fenris with you before you left.
You're right. I did that to
So what were you riding?
I wasn't riding anything. I did this to Gazrick.
Damn. Oh, I was hoping you were going to be riding on Gazrick's shoulders.
No, Gazrick and I had to get Gazrick over something, and just like the notion of like being on something and then like flapping my wings. It's like, oh yeah, I helped Gazrick get over something to escape.
Emotionally and physically in that moment.
Thank you.
Something great.
This is not the first, and I realize this is not the first time Dahani has done the flying shoulder backpack to like. No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, didn't Kent and Dahani do it last season?
So.
Yeah.
Well, Banjo Kazooie moment, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh wow.
All right, great. So so you two are heading at a clip over to our other friends. So let's you will be there very shortly, but in that moment, Gazrick and Shaka, as this man says to you, you know, they can't know that you've captured me or I'll never see her again. What do you do?
I think I literally look at Shaka and be like, oh my God, now we have to care. Oh,
wow.
How many guards are approaching us? Just like, if I can get a close to exact number would be ideal.
I think it's just a pair of them that were sort of
just a pair?
At the bazaar, out at the bazaar, keeping an eye on things.
Cool. Then at a third level, I'm just getting ready to cast Charm Person, or on a second level, because that'll be +1 target. So just the two of them.
Okay.
If need be, yeah. Just like really quick. If it's a little like these aren't the droids you're looking for a moment, if it comes to it, but like waiting as they approach.
I mean.
Yeah.
So
like
you're
my
not
hand, like my
casting
hands
it, you're
behind my
just
back.
ready with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I have like the somatic components happening. Yeah.
While he's doing that, can I? I want to roll insight. I want to see if these are like serious guards or just like, you know, just
Mall
regular. Yeah, exactly. Is this Paul Blart or
yeah, I got you. Yeah, roll an insight. That's fine.
Yeah.
Paul Blart.
That is a 10.
They do look like they are wearing the same sort of out uniform that the guards that you met when you first came into the city were wearing. So they are technically officially guards of the Lednic Caldera. How competent they are, well, we'll just have to see, won't we?
Okay.
The mall cops, though. You were in the mall, so
well, that's right.
right.
That's why
They
I
could
thought
just be,
it was
they could just be,
in the
you know,
mall.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like,
Yeah.
Bizarre cops. I love that.
You know what, Gazrick, why don't you make an insight too, actually? Because you might pick up on something. You in particular might pick up on something.
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
Insights always.
So maybe you were sort of on the opposite side of your thorn cage from them, so you weren't immediately visible to them. But as you stepped around and clocked the guards coming towards you, they also clocked you, Gazrick, and their whole demeanor changes. They are definitely still like coming because they definitely need to see what in the hells is going on. But they look excited that it's you, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I look at Shaka, I was like, all right, well, now they know that I'm here.
Let's take them.
Hello.
Shaka's working
Why are
real
you
hard
say-
to get rid of his narc.
Why are you saying hello to
energy.
them?
Because they're walking
Gazrick?
towards us. They're coming towards us. We say
Yeah, but-
hi. What if I sign an autograph and then they go away?
They just saw us. Wait, hold on. You think they? Do you think you're some kind of celebrity here?
Look. I mean, I mean, I got the vibe. I think. Let me ask for my signature.
Well, look.
Let's see. Hello.
Hey. So like I like turn around from
You
from
like
a guy
pull
and go, hey.
Gazrick back.
Yeah. Hey.
I can't. Sorry.
Sorry, that threw me.
Broke this one.
Wow. And yeah, they're still, the guards are still approaching you, and at your greeting, they stop and one of them pauses and says, "Oh, well, hello there. There seemed to be some kind of bother here, and we were wondering perhaps what was going on here. Because we see you got this guy here in a cage."
Bud, he said hi to us.
I know he said hi. It's really exciting for us. It's really great. But
sorry, you were doing a good job. Keep going.
It's the thorns. What are we gonna do about
it? I know that we got to address the problem, but
I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I'm sure you got a lot of things you're wondering about. Let me tell you what. This is a consensual cage of thorns. I'm telling you, like my friend here. You agree that you agree to be in this thorn cage?
The man in the cage was like desperately trying to like curl up in a ball, hide his face, and pretend that he was asleep, like facing away from these guards. And so sort of like he pulls his head up, but doesn't turn to face you all, so you still can't see his face. And he goes, yup.
Now, why would anyone be in a cage like this against their own free will? We like to play a little game to keep ourselves sharp. Hi, I'm Gazrick Nomrad. I don't know if you know me. I do know.
Oh no, we're sure aware of who you are, Mr. Nomrad. We just didn't know that the druids did this sort of thing.
Oh no, it's a pretty out there game. Me and the rivals here, sometimes we like to play a game of tag, and it gets pretty advanced. And
hey, bud, don't kink shame him though. We don't need to know.
It's just a little weird. Okay, it's a bit awkward.
I know it's a little weird there in public, but I mean there aren't any public decency laws in that.
We're playing.
Much as we thought there should be. You know,
it's not weird, guys. It's not weird. It's not even a thing like that. Not that it would be weird. Not that it would be weird. It's not weird. It's never weird. It's never weird, but like this thing is also not weird. We're just playing tag.
We're all adults.
We're playing a game of tag.
Adults.
Oh my god, make a deception check with advantage. This is so wild.
And if that fails, the charm person is ready.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, with advantage. It was a 7. It's a 21. Thank you. Oh, it's a charisma fight.
Yeah, no, they absolutely. I mean, for what it's worth, they definitely believe that it's weird.
Yeah.
You needed a 25 to convince him it wasn't weird.
Sure.
I'm nervous, but I don't want to talk directly to him. But I think it sounds like they're just playing some, consensual private games, and we should leave them on their way. But do you think maybe we could, I don't know, could we ask him for an autograph though?
Well, as Gazrick's as his representation, I do have one request. If you'd like
Shaka,
the autograph.
I hate to break this to you, but the man that I am playing literally jumps when you start talking because he was not aware of your presence. So focused was he on Gazrick.
Unbelievable. And then I want to describe the initial character we saw with the Xanathar symbol on his face.
Oh yeah.
And because I don't think I have that photo that Dahani drew, but I'm going to describe it.
Well, I got good news for you.
And like I'm just going to say like, yeah, so like y'all have been, like seeing people come and go through the bazaar. Have you seen anyone that looks like this?
He's also playing tag with us. He's one of
yes,
our. We got to tag him. Yeah.
He's also part of the game.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the guards, after you give your description of the person, the guards don't seem to have any. They don't really seem to have any recognition, but inside you basically notice that the thorn cage shudders as Shaka is describing this individual. There is definitely a flinch or a shudder from inside the thorn cage, but the guards are like, no, I mean, I thank you for the description. It doesn't sound like anybody we may have seen here in the Caldera, but I guess if it's someone they're playing a game with, we should keep an eye out for them so that they don't hurt themselves or get into any trouble. If that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's I'm sure Shaka. That's fine, right? I can.
That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
Yeah. Let me take this cage down. We caught him. We got it. Now we're gonna go grab some lunch, talk about how we could have improved our game, and then we'll be back.
Yeah. I don't know that Gazrick understands that at least one of these guards think that this is a sex thing, but every time you address it, it just feels weird. Both of them think, yeah. And so every time you're like, we're going to talk about how we could have done better, they're like, what? At this moment, Selise and Dahani, you catch sight of Gazrick and Shaka and a cage of thorns and two guardsmen.
Look at Dahani, and then I look at the scene. I walk up. What are y'all doing?
And immediately, one of the guards goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. We can. Don't worry, Gazrick. We'll get him in line and make sure that it's an orderly autograph
Excuse
session.
Me.
Sorry, ma'am. We need you to come over this way."
Friends. Okay. It's okay. These are my compatriots.
I put my hand over. I almost said Masood over Gazrick's mouth. And I'm just like, and then I turn to this like yokel. Excuse me, autograph. Did you just say autograph?
Can I ask what your passive intimidation is? So just 10 plus your intimidation modifier.
My intimidation modifier. So that is
you're the guests here. Goodness gracious.
That would be a 12 for passive.
Okay, go ahead and if you would like to, feel free to roll an intimidation in this moment.
Sure. That is a 21.
This man still does not understand what he has done wrong, simply that he has. And so just stands aside and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, my mistake. It's your turn." And just like steps back.
No, I collar this.
He's so
I
scared.
collar this dude.
The guard?
Oh, the guard?
There's Gazrick. Did your hand just move to the back of Gazrick's?
Are you scruffing Gazrick or wait?
I let Gazrick alone and I just scruff the guard. Because I mean, I'm a tall human, so
yeah.
And I'm like, did you say it's my turn to get his autograph?
It's a very aggressive tag game.
For him.
What'd you
very
say?
aggressive what?
Not
Tag.
tag. Oh God, not tag.
Oh my goodness, the things that go through this man's face who now believes that it is not. How blue can we be on our channel? I think
we're shooting a line. We're there. We're right.
Let's just say that it is not just the three of you. It is in fact apparently a 5-person
Sure.
game of tag, and just giant eyes and goes, oh my goodness, y'all. Nope. I keep switching voices. Oh my goodness. Well, you have such a different way of things from wherever you came from. But you know what? We don't judge here. Yeah.
I pull him up higher and I'm like,
he's so confused.
this little cut off gnome is our companion. What do you think is happening here?
Oh yeah, that companion. That's a much nicer way to say it.
It's a really good. Yeah. No, it's just that there was a bit of a bother. Yeah. The other guard is kind of like, he's kind of like not sure he wants to right. Like tell you to put his friend down. He's like, no, there was just a bit of a bother here in the market, and your friends were playing tag with the person in the cage, who Gazrick assures us is totally above board and consensual, and we have absolutely no questions about what's going on here. So we were just, we didn't know that you were with Gazrick and his representation over here. So I think. So
I'm sorry, but at the word consensual, Selise has that light bulb moment.
There it is.
And she just looks at the dude she's like scruffed. Look at the one that just said that, and looks at. No.
I shrug my shoulders, like
we had to
think of something. We
got this, Selise. We got this, and like I gesture toward.
You're probably in league with them.
No, I gesture toward the guy in the cage.
I take the cage out. Like at this
point, Selise would probably recognize him, right? Because we've seen him a couple times.
And as Selise says no, the guard immediately echoes back her, no, it's there's obviously nothing going wrong here. It's just that perhaps if you're going to play these kind of games, it'd be better if you did it where it wasn't such a crowd. Maybe if
what
you could
do you
perhaps
think we're doing?
Oh, they both blush.
Well, I mean, the crowd is like part of the excitement, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, surely you can get that.
Oh, I just processed what you said. Sorry.
Well, we just wanted to make sure that there was nothing untoward, but it sounds like everyone's having a great time. You all role play very well, so we're going to be on our way. Thank you. I like that too. Yes.
There you. There you.
If you could, if you could maybe let him down there.
If you don't, I mean, look, this is. I hope you're having a good time, but maybe I should. It's best if I go. I think.
To get out more. I just like put him down. Like, ugh.
Sort of scrambles back, and I think they go.
Yeah.
I think they begin to go. You and just as they're leaving, you hear one of them say, "Oh, I didn't get my autograph."
We can ask later. It's fine.
Meanwhile, Dahani, during this whole conversation,
please tell us.
She arrived on Fenris, was clearly not a part. Like, was not included in that. Shoot, can't find the word. She was not included in that hypothesis about the rivals.
Theory, yeah.
Which actually is amazing. Okay.
Thank God. So as that whole thing is going on, she's got a passive insight of 20. I'm just gonna
incredible.
So
good.
She got off of Fenris, kind of waddled herself around to the thorn cage. Looked inside it, is pretty sure that this man has kind of like turned this way and that to try and not have his face seen. Finally gets a look at his face, and like, clearly we know who this is. There is a reason that nobody has killed this man yet. And she's just been like, when Gazrick lets the cage down, she just stands there watching him. Like, we know who you. Well, we don't know who you are, but we know who you are. We've got you, and if you move, I will be on you faster than LaTia has metagame knowledge of how fast you ran away from Shaka.
Yeah, no, he's not particular. Passive insight of 20. He's not going anywhere for sure, both because Murder Burb is threatening, but also he doesn't want those guards to clock him. He was not trying to avoid his face, you seeing his face. He was trying to get the guards to not see his face for sure.
Got it. So once the guards leave and this whole kerfuffle starts to quiet down, she gets right up in his face, like one eye to his two eyes, and is like, so why are you running from the guards?
He looks around and looks after the two guards that are walking away and looks around as if looking for anyone else and says, as I told your
friends.
He searches for the word for a minute. Friends. I will tell you whatever, but no one can know that you all have caught me. It's not here.
All right. And then just to kind of emphasize the fact that she knows about him, she's going to reach behind his ear and like pick off that frozen little piece of paint and like crumple it.
He immediately reaches back and looks at you, and there is a mix of like, damn it, but also like a little admiration. Like, that was slick. He doesn't know when you did that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, game recognized game.
Mm-hmm.
So now that everybody's here, I'd like to address this person and say, I noticed some trepidation from you when I was describing someone else that we're trying to find, and then I describe the same traits of the beholder Tyson face tattoo on him.
He obviously recognizes that, but continues to look nervous and just keeps saying, "Not here. Could we go in anywhere? Could we go somewhere?"
Okay, we can go somewhere. Yeah, if you want to tell us somewhere in private, that's fine. And then I want to like scout out for like a alleyway or somewhere kind of off the main
private alleyway.
Yeah,
now you're going to a private
alleyway.
alleyway after you played tag with this person.
Well, now I don't want to cast the spell because it's only going to be. I was like, I can make things quiet, or we could do pass without a trace to make sure no one hears us. But
I mean, it'd be worse if we went to a motel or something.
I was going to say you all aren't too far from your lodgings because you all started to head back.
Nothing we do at this point is going to be good. Nothing.
There's no good answer here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could certainly find an alley. You are, since you had started to head back towards the stables with this guy, like you aren't too far from your lodgings here if you want to go that way. Sure. You could certainly take him back to the Druid Enclave if you really wanted to, if you wanted to get Hirithok involved.
Now that'd scare the pants off of him.
Yeah, I'd rather talk to him like before Hirithok.
He appreciates that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, should we just go back to our lodgings then? I mean, whatever just happened, maybe it's just those two guards. Maybe they won't talk.
Oh no, this place talks. It'll be fine. They'll make some weird things about me being out of touch with ideas. 100 years from now, everyone will be having thorn cages. It'll be fine.
I hate how not untrue that may be.
Indeed. After seeing a celebrity consensually thorn cage a stranger, and all of you then take that back to your lodgings, and certainly there will be no talk of that whatsoever ever again.
So obviously, as once we're back there, it's like we could have murdered you at any time. We could. The fact of the matter is,
obviously,
if you had some sort of interaction with us to keep an eye on us, who's paying you to do it? You know, who puts you up to this? You're put in a weight class that's not your own, bud. You are outclassed for this job.
The whole time he's like, he obviously agrees with you.
Yeah.
He is outclassed and he knows it, and he is not ashamed of it. And he says, I don't know. And I know that seems like me trying to weasel out of it, but I really don't know. I don't remember their face. They often have it hidden. I saw part of it once, and well, it sounded it wasn't the person that you all followed here, but that circle, and he sort of looks at you now, Shaka, that you mentioned with the spokes, he had that as well.
Do you know what that symbol means?
He says, not a clue. No. I do think I've seen that person.
Oh, where?
He looks down and he says, can I ask why you want to know? I'll tell you. I mean, I don't have much of a choice, but can I ask why?
So, that symbol represents an entity that that has tormented me for a while, and I would like to get my revenge. So anyone that is allied with that is someone that I need to talk to, at the very least.
He says, yes. Then yes, I can happily tell you. I don't know what the symbol means, but that person that you described, who also had the marking, came and was speaking with my contact just earlier yesterday. They looked like they were having quite a heated conversation, and then the newcomer, your person, left the Caldera a few hours later.
Okay, your contact. Are you who are you working for?
Says, I don't know. I was approached. He knew what I wanted. He knew that I wanted to get out of here. But my wife, my Orla, she didn't want to leave. This is her home. So I said no, and then he took her. And so I had to agree to help him, but I don't know who he is. I don't know what he wants, only that he promised she would be returned safe and that we could leave this place.
People like that rarely live up to their word. Do you know where he took Orla?
He says, no, I don't. She disappeared with one of the druid parties. She's a druid, of course.
See.
Oh, was she the? No, she wouldn't be the arc druid. I won't ask that.
Nothing so spectacular as that.
Okay, so can you get us in touch with your contact?
He says, I could certainly try. We met up yesterday, so he won't be here for another several days for an update.
Where'd you meet him?
Here in the Caldera. I had just come back from a trip, a merchandising trip. Came back and he stopped me as I was approaching the walls.
Where?
The first time that is, but I don't know where he came from or who he is.
All right. Do you know what's going on with the druids in this town? How they're disappearing? They're scouting for something out there. Do you know anything about that?
He says, I know that others have gone missing, but to be honest, my attention is all for my Orla. And once she disappeared and the man approached me again and made it clear that he was behind it, at least in some way, what could I do but agree to help him?
Okay.
Even if he wasn't going to be honest, I couldn't say no. That just would have hastened whatever terrible thing is going to happen to her.
And what is it that you're doing?
It's just, nothing particularly harmful. I didn't think, which was another reason it was so easy to agree. I was told to keep an eye on things here in the Caldera, record any. He sort of looks down as he realizes what he's about to say and says, report any newcomers to town, keeping an eye on hunting parties and scouting parties as they went out, and just reporting on activities here. It didn't seem, I suppose in retrospect, maybe it wasn't quite so harmless, but at the time it seemed a small price to pay.
What does he look like?
He says, he's always in a robe with a hooded robe. He had strange eyes. The one time that I made the mistake of looking into his face, it was strange. He speaks in different voices. Or he did that time. That's what caught my attention and got me to look up, was his voice changed. Somehow darker. And I looked up and saw his eyes and the symbol glowing, and looked away. I learned my mistake. I learned my lesson.
Something to go on.
You say that you were, how detailed were you keeping track of hunting parties and scouting parties? Do you know who went out and where?
Yeah.
Not with any detail, only when it was hunting parties that did and didn't include. And as he is telling you this, he sort of begins to make some connections in his head, and he looks very, very upset. He says, when parties would leave the Caldera, whether they were just hunters or whether they had druids with them.
Whether they had druids with them.
What have I done? What have I done? But what choice did I have?
You didn't have one.
What's your name?
I'm Travik. I came here a long time ago now, just as a merchant, and met my beautiful Orla and stayed for her, but I have to have her back. But what have I done?
Well, in my opinion, figure that out after we figure out what's going on here. Like, you're going to be thinking about this for a while.
But there might be something you can do in the meantime. You would give reports to them about when a party would be leaving with a druid on it, right?
Of course, yes.
We could set a trap for them. We could tell them a party with a druid is on its way and be ready when they arrive.
If you if that is what will help, then yes. Of course, I don't know. I don't know that I can get a message to my contact ahead of schedule. I've never had to try before.
Mm-hmm.
Will be a few days before I am scheduled to see him again. If that is what you wish.
Let's see what me and my friends think. We could, as I like to turn to them, like, we have these paths. We know where they've gone missing, right? We could do a little bit of scouting on our own, or we could just have them come to us. you know, I don't know what we do in the meantime, right? We'd probably just get ourselves situated, get ready. But what do you all think?
I think we should go scouting, and that way we are ready when they come looking for us.
Try to
Find the
figure out.
advantage.
I agree. Selise and I were actually thinking of taking. Dahani will actually like pull out the map to show like some of the shorter paths that don't take very long to explore. We could clear these in the meantime, just for searching purposes, and become more. We'll have the memorizes, yes, but we could become more familiar with the area around the Caldera, so that we know where potential ambush spots could be, where we are most likely to be attacked. And when it's time for Travik here to report to his contact, we take a longer path.
Perhaps one that we can use the natural resources to our own advantage. Think that they have a trap on us, but in fact, oh no, avalanche, you know, something fun.
Or we just kill them.
Yeah, but you can be fun in the process. You know, it's about creative license, you know?
True. I mean, we do have fenners now.
Yeah.
I've got arrows. We can hang them upside down by their feet from trees until they talk.
Oh, it's great.
Oh.
See,
Wow.
creative license. That's what makes the job fun. You know, you got to think ahead.
I mean, I could have been a lot more graphic. Would you like me to be?
No,
you painted a real good picture. No, I got it. I see it in my head. I see it
loud and clear. Loud and clear.
I mean, I spent the time in the woods alone. I had to think of something to do.
It will be time well spent once you get the chance to use it. You know, these are good skills we all acquire. Speaking of skills, Shaka, this is obviously they're at play. The Xanathar are doing something here, and you know you've had the most time with them. What?
Yeah, but why would they be all the way out here? Like from what I know of the Xanathar, they really concentrate on Undermountain and Waterdeep. Like we're, you know, why would they be up in Frostfell? Like it just seems strange.
Well, the way that we got here was technically through Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then my question is, what do they want with a bunch of druids?
Yeah.
And what does that mean for both the Caldera and Waterdeep? Because if it's still connected, and if that person is using perhaps the carnival to move from place to place to enact change.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried, is the carnival a front?
Right.
Is the Xanathar controlling the carnival, or are they just using the carnival as a cover to do these things?
Because does the carnival even know that this is happening?
Right.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. I know we only met Mr. Witch and Mr. Light for a little bit, but they just don't seem like the type that would be in league with, you know, criminals.
It felt like they didn't want to split the pot amongst anyone but themselves. I vibe that. Like they not too many hands in their business. They felt in charge.
Yeah. So I don't want to think that. I mean, if it happens, we do what we got to do. But my gut tells me that Xanathar is trying to expand their territory, and you know, there's something about the carnival that's attracting them to send their henchmen or representatives out to the carnival itself to because remember, we saw that this person was like sucking the light or the energy of some sort away as they were going into the Hall of Mirrors. So there's got to be something that they need from the carnival.
Well, these are all good things that we should ask them when we get a hold of them.
Yes.
And in terms of Tavrik, you said you have a week before you send out the next reports of all the traveling groups and the druids that are moving, correct?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Sorry, say again.
I think I was just trying to confirm that like the way Taverick does it is that he like basically it's like a future, like when the report goes out is like, hey, in this upcoming week, these are the travelers that are going to go out and they'll have druids on this, and this, right? Like that's
sort of how he's been going. It's obviously not and he can explain all this to you.
Sure,
it's not perfect because the first couple weeks like schedules would get changed and parties would go out unexpectedly and whatever, and he was really afraid that he was going to get into trouble for that, but his context seems to just want whatever schedules he can get his hands on, which he then explains sort of is why he didn't want the guards to see him, because he has had to like steal their like stuff from their barracks and things. Say stuff again, huge. So yeah, it's just the plans that he gives out on a slightly more often than weekly basis, like every sort of 3 to 5 days.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, then that means in the 3 to 5 days that we have, we could do a little scouting, like we were saying, to figure some stuff out, and then for like either 4 or 6 days from now, 4 to 6 days from now, basically the next day after the report is sent, tell them that there will be a party with a druid on it that is worth capturing, right? And so they will be expecting a druid, but they will not be expecting the rivals, and that will be our advantage.
I mean, I don't think it would be too out of the ordinary to actually talk you up about this, because for whatever reason, I can't presume, this Caldera has been a little very excited to have you back.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't get it either. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm also...
But that popularity factor in that, oh my gosh, this druid is back and everybody's really excited about this, and now he's going out.
Oh, yeah. It might be more attention grabbing than to just not say I'm an average druid, because like worth their time, worth their energy to come after us.
Mm-hmm.
The only concern that I have is like, I don't want to implicate the Caldera and particularly the Xanathar together in that way. I worry if they're specifically looking for Caldera, like druids, is it better to be anonymous than it is to be like, to give my identity to them? If they are coming from Waterdeep, maybe they also know. Could it be vague? Could they just say, the powerful druid, someone they haven't seen in a while without my name? I don't,
That would be you, though.
Yeah, that's fair. That's no one gets out of this place.
Actually, I wonder if a Waterdeep druid at the Lednick Caldera wouldn't be a pretty big get. I mean, Waterdeep knows who we are.
Right.
Which we must also assume then that the Xanathar knows who we are.
Oh, yeah.
That's also fair.
I think that's a very...
It definitely that's kind of...
Yeah.
But if the Xanathar does not know that we know they are here...
That's the rug pull still. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, they sent... Like, we were attacked on our way to the carnival, right? So they knew that we were going there. The same person was, I don't know. I think they'd have an idea that we would be pursuing someone. So they might not know 100%, but don't underestimate, what they know and like how much they might be planning, right?
Which, because now we play the game of, they think it's a trap. We set a trap for them. They think it's a trap for them that we are setting for them. And so you understand what I'm saying? We're now playing multiple games of who's trapping who. And I think in that we have to be mindful that, I don't know, I think we always have to try to keep an upper hand. And if a part of that is just being aware, right? Like if we were just aware of these things, how they might be spilled and like used against us, can just keep us ready.
I mean, I think we're kind of talking in circles to this point. We've got a pretty solid plan.
Yeah. For sure. I'm just scared. I'll be honest. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. This is very scary. And what's
you all have
happening
given
here.
us 2 great gifts. One where you just talk on your own and plot, which means you're invested, and 2 where you tell us you're scared, which means we're challenging you. Such good DM gifts. Thank you.
God.
And Selise just looks at Gazrick like, what are you scared for?
Well, I mean, it may not seem much, but like the archdruid of a Caldera is a big deal. That's someone who's very powerful. And from what I've heard about the Xanathar and from what Shaka has told me, these are also these are not forces that we casually mess with. You know what I mean? Like yeah. So I guess I'm a little nervous. I'm also, I'll be honest, very cold now all the time. I forgot how cold it was here. And I really got used to not being cold. And I don't like it.
Well, I mean, we could have left. We didn't have to stay.
No. I mean, honestly, though, you all didn't have to stay. And I appreciate you all staying. I kind of had to. I feel like I have to.
Well, we're here now, so.
Yeah.
And even though you can be a pain in the ass, I'm not going to let anything happen to you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's good.
Just remember to up my licensing fee to 20%.
There it is, and I'm here for it. Thank you.
There it is.
Before, like you see it, like truly,
yeah,
like a twinkle in Gazrick's eye.
Yes,
the tear was holding back, like goes down, and he's like, "Yeah, that's fine. That's cool."
That feels like the perfect like cut for this scene. Is that truly touching moment about residuals between Gazrick and Selise. So let's just summarize so that we can send our NPCs off to do what you want them to do. Yeah. You want this man, Travick, to tell his contact the next time that he's here that there is a scouting party with a druid going out. What more specific? Anything more specific? Are we talking about the druid from Waterdeep? What is he saying exactly? Or just that you all are going out?
I think so, right?
I have one previous question to ask him. Did he inform his contact that we arrived?
No, his contact, he had the meeting with his contact before you all arrived.
Okay, so then
earlier that day, but before you arrived.
Okay, so then just that another scouting party is going out.
And taking a pretty long route, right? That's where we're gonna try and
Sure, and you all can, like, once you've done some scouting of your own, if you want to update him, like he'll tell you where you can find him or whatever, and if you want to update him on exactly what path you all are taking so he can feed that's fine too. That's no problem. Okay, so he will go off and do that, and then you all are heading out to it's later in the day now that you did the whole thing with the guards and had this conversation with him, but you do still have time to at least get a look at some of those very close and short trails. Is that the plan for today, for the rest of today?
I think like today's short trails, like, and then the days that we have time in between, maybe do some like long trails sort of exploring as well. Like,
I think if it, like, I think what we should do when we go out, the bait trail should be the trail where the archdruid disappeared.
The same. Yeah. That's the path that we go
this is a scouting party that is going out. Like, the archdruid is missing. Like, maybe they sent, smaller non-druid scouting parties, but this is like, it's been too long. We need to find our archdruid. Yeah. Let's go,
I really like that because that's also easy to sell. It's like the Caldera even had to hire a consultant. They had to get an outside druid to come help in on this project. Like, it plays, you know what I mean? It plays more into this idea that they like need help. Yeah.
That they're desperate. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I love it.
How much does this consulting druid cost per hour?
Yeah, right.
It's honestly, it's
there's
really
a retainer fee, and then it goes per hour after that. But we can negotiate. All right,
right,
so you all.
It's not Mr. T money, I'll tell you that much.
You shouldn't joke because I know he'll jump on it. All right, let's get y'all out there and scouting these trails. How many Rimmer houses do we need?
I think we had 4, right?
Yeah,
We had 4.
But you can absolutely get up to that's fine.
Yeah.
And a Fenris. So
Fenris.
So
yep.
I think we all can. Yeah, I'm having trouble counting, but I think we all can have one then.
Right? You can all have one. They're large enough for multiple. Like the Rimmer House is a large beast, so even the riding gear they have is large enough for more than one person to ride. So if each of you have one, Selise can have Fenris choose to keep up if he wants, or if he's able to, sit still in the back seat of a car kind of thing, which is hard for dogs.
Yeah.
He can ride with her. Yeah, he can ride with her.
Really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 4 Remorazes just in case, because yeah. And then like this is the first day, we'll do the short hikes, and then on the second day we'll do the medium hikes.
There it is. Someone's been traveling that way. I see it.
Yeah, right.
Wow,
right.
why you gotta call me out though?
All right. I love it. All right. You all can head out on the short trails, and they're mostly small game, and like there are a couple, they lead to like a couple of obviously always frozen over, but like watering hole type things. And is there anything in particular that you all are scouting for on these trails?
Just any sign. Oh.
No, please.
Just any signs of if people went that way, if there's any like signs of a fight, did a fight happen?
Okay.
Yeah, like
basically
all that stuff. Like the Remorazes with that heat that they give off, like the trails are not going to be as snowy as the normal paths that somebody would take. I assume, because they've got that heat body. So it would be easier to spot, scuffles and things like that on these trails.
Sure.
So is there anyone that has speak with animals? Does anyone have that?
I didn't prepare it.
I'm just gonna keep looking at you.
Yeah.
Better not be about a corpse.
Oh no, not of course. But assuming that I'm just saying there might be some animals out here that might have seen what was going on. That could give us some hints or clues or tell us. Plus, it'll give a chance for our co-DMs to voice.
I see how it is.
Nice gift. That's a good gift.
Y'all want to go back to Fargo? Okay. Just saying.
Yeah, right.
Don't you know?
I love it.
I think Gazrick is gonna also try to take truly just landscape advantage. Just thinking about where are the ridges underneath the snow, where are the actual elevations that are present. And I depending on you all, it's gonna be hard because I think he's also starting to get a little nostalgic, going over and seeing these ridges. So I don't know if it's made with disadvantage or not, or depending on how it is. But yeah.
Well, I was actually thinking that you could sort of take the map that you all have and use that and add to it. So I think that'll I agree, and I love that. But I think so the map will give you advantage. Your nostalgia, I think you should take inspiration, because that is a detriment to your character based on role playing. But I think that would cancel the advantage.
Sure.
So so why don't you all make survival checks? Dahani and Selise, since you two already sort of did some map study, why don't the two of you make yours with advantage?
All right.
And during these, oh God, I forgot that I put the squishy dice back. Why did I do that? No. I was showing them to someone just because I was talking about them, but they're back. I think during
24.
These are great rolls.
Yeah,
I
got dirty 20.
I see them. Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
I got 27.
24.
Nice.
Amazing. 25 for
And then
Dahani. Great.
Dahani's going to be flying as well. When the weather is clear, and she's got visibility from up there, she will be doing flybys.
Great. Let's start with that then real quick. I just want to say one thing about you flying is that you will also be able to spot, and with with a 20, what was it, 27?
25.
No, 25. Yeah. You can see sort of out, it is a remarkably clear night. But you can see out that there is always like a blizzard or like, some sort of weather event, a snowstorm, or even way off in the distance, like you can hear avalanches. There's always something, right, within eye shot. This is not just a cold plane, it is also a fairly tempestuous one.
Right. So it's like seeing rainstorms off in the distance, just those big sheets of clouds and rain falling. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. And every now and again you hear like a big crash and maybe see like what looks like a little puff, right, of snow, but at that distance must have been an enormous avalanche, sort of thing. So yes, that's the first thing, since you are flying around and have some perspective. God, you all rolled so well. All right, what do you find? The first thing that you notice is, as you said, these trails, it's very easy to follow, especially these closer trails, because they're pretty heavily frequented, and the Remmerhauses definitely do like create little, basically they melt the snow and it ends up refreezing behind them on these like little ice like roadways almost. And you sort of noticed them when you were out, but they weren't as like thick and established on like the path that you all were on when you first got here. These ones that are closer are obviously much more frequented, and so there's like a legit road of ice that you all are traveling on.
Highway system.
Exactly.
Pretty much, yeah.
What else do you see? There's not a ton of wildlife, probably because it is so frequented by search parties and scouting parties and Remmerhauses and whatever. So there aren't any small beasts on this particular trail or these particular short trails. Maybe as you go further out. I'm not saying no to voicing a cute little animal, just not right now.
Just the ground rules. We got to know. Yeah,
absolutely. You do notice a few. Let's see. What do you find? Oh, I know what. Selise, let's go to you real quick, because you got a 20. What now? Who?
24.
You realize, because you were also checking the maps with Dahani, you realize in fact that the scale is not exactly consistent on it. Like it's an artistic map in some ways. So the scale is a little off in ways, and you're actually able to identify, once you get a sense of like what it actually looks like out here compared to the map, you're able to identify which trail is the trail that the Archdruid must have been on when you all came upon the ambush site. Like you sort of get a sense of scale, a proper scale for this map, and you can identify that one. So we'll give that to you in case you all want to use that in your later plans.
Very unlike me, IRL.
Brian, is there anything else in particular that they find out here?
No, it's not like a lovely snow ride, but the trails that you're taking, because the Remmerhaus is like, it is like snow on the ice. So you can even Dahani, especially from above, you can tell that there's a big difference between where the snow on snow keeps piling up and where there's just a little bit of a depression. So you actually, between the map and now your visual confirmation, you really get a sense of where where their normal trails are. The snow that fell on the melted and refrozen ice parts is just a tiny bit, it's a little sad. It's a tiny bit depressed. But it's, but from your perspective, you can see that, and you can much more easily match that to the map, since you and Selise kind of went over it. So just as Selise is now getting the proper lay of the land, you're kind of also matching that to above. So after your scouting trail, you would definitely have a bit more field knowledge of where you're trying to go.
I'm redoing their maps for them.
There you go.
Okay, but that's also going to make sure that Gazrick, make sure that you're charged an appropriate fee for your art, because we pay artists.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Pay our artists. That's right.
Pay our artists here.
Yeah. It's on the subcontractor fee. I make sure.
The D in Dahani stands for Devon Brew.
Yes. Gazrick, you're 27, just as you all are starting to turn around and go back, because you really haven't found much. Gazrick, you notice in what little light there is, it's starting to get dark, and you see a little glimpse of like a shiny or something in the snow on the side of the path, and you go to pick it up, or you go to see what it is, and it's a little charm amulet type necklace. No, amulet makes it sound like it's a magic item. It's just a little charm necklace. It's not a magic item. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just
instantly
like
identify it. No.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. It's just a little like a little cameo thing on a necklace. And if you open it up, there are two little drawings inside, and one of them you're pretty sure is Travik, and then there's a gnome woman on the other side.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh, gnome.
Okay, well,
Not gnome.
Folks.
it's good. We got a clap for it. We acknowledge it.
Good
No.
catchphrase.
No.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. But I close it and I show it to the other rivals, and I'm saying, obviously, we give this back to the traffic for them to have, but well, this does confirm that they have Orla. It confirms at the very least that someone came upon their party, and the Xanathar at least wasn't having an empty threat towards them. Which is also good, because I would have hated to have to kill him. Like, if he was lying to us, I really just trusted him. None of us really doubted him, or I questioned anything that he said. Which now I'm thinking about, someone should have just metagame. One of us should have incited him. One of us should have incited him throughout of it. But no, I mean, in this moment,
It really is just I trust Eugenio, just the way.
I would be like,
Sorry.
If you give either of us a dramatic scene, there's really no reason for insight, because we
Right.
don't have time to lie.
Too on point.
It's too sincere, and that's why Gazrick doesn't trust it. You know what I mean?
Right. It's a circle, full circle.
But yeah, no, I mean, at the very least, we know that we can hand this to them and take this back with us. I want to dig around in the snow and just see, kind of near there, do I see it might be hard to but if I'm just thinking about the Yetis that were set upon the dead.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I just want to know if the Xanathar are controlling monsters, or if they're doing something. So is there any deep impacted snow that might be a Yeti footprint that's been sort of stayed a little bit, or anything like that? I think that is what Gazrick's now looking around there is what if this in fact was a moment where Orla was taken? Can I reverse CSI it in the difficult snow to see what we're yeah, or just regular CSI it? You don't have the reverse CSI is committing a crime.
I mean, is there a magical CSI you're using for
I might I might enhance ability just to give me advantage on making the check using one of those an investigation check with advantage, but
okay.
I don't know if I'm there's a specific, I mean, I don't want to gust away all the snow, because that might remove other things. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cast enhance ability on myself and try to see. It's with a fox's cunning, or an owl's. What's investigation?
Investigation is intelligence, so that would be
fox's cunning.
Yeah. Fox's cunning, eagle's splendor, and owl's wisdom.
Owl's wisdom. Oh god, they're so good. Yeah,
they're really good. Yeah.
And so what are you basically trying to?
I really want to see it, just get a gain on what did the ambush use? What was there any sort of if they're even underneath, if I get to a Remmerhaus track, is there char now in the ice? Did someone cast an Eldritch bat? What? Yeah, just any sort of thing that might give away what was used here. And I might investigate from that space, just like around, sort of to see.
From where you picked up
where I picked up the shiny.
Okay. Ooh, the shiny.
The shiny.
Shiny.
First one.
It's a spark.
Is a dirty 20. Second one's a dirty 22.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, dirty 22, not
dirty
also
22 as opposed to dirty 20. Okay, I was like, based.
I had said dirty
on
20,
that,
and that was just the way I was going to continue going.
No, I know it was great.
Wow. Okay. Based on that, you kind of, you close off yourself, even though you push away your discomfort at where you are, kind of hone in your senses. It's always cold. Basically, Gazrick has been like essentially just mad this entire time, but whatever.
And he forgot that he was mad because he was cold. It's like what I was like, I'm in a bad. Why am I in a bad mood? It's because I'm cold, man, dude.
And you kind of run your eye over where you saw the locket, and with that, it's almost as though it's as though you are like, oh gosh, who was Prince Humperdinck and the Princess Bride, where he can see he can see what happened, and you can actually, like, you can almost see figures, and the impression that you get was that that the what do we call it, locket, necklace? I keep wanting to say amulet too, and that's not it.
It's a cameo.
A cameo. Jeez, cameo. Word up. Was essentially, it fell off during a struggle. Orla and Travik were ambushed. And you're actually fairly close to the Caldera. So this is an attack that happened relatively close in the shorter game trails. And you can see that they were ambushed. There's no there are no physical signs of if you're looking for like magical energies, there's no there's no extra divots, there's no extra anything, but you can definitely tell from the way the snow has landed where you found that even it has compacted underneath this new snowfall. You can see that from that there must have been sorry, the rumor houses that they were riding must have stopped there. They were absolutely ambushed by people. So you can see that that's where a struggle took place. And you can get that. So yeah, like absolutely.
Sure.
Orla and Travik were Orla and Travik were very likely ambushed here. Kind of close to the Caldera.
I think with that, I'm gonna like turn to the group and sort of like share like these findings around like, so there was obviously an ambush, which I think we knew that they had to be caught by surprise. It doesn't seem like they're using other creatures to their aid, though. There wasn't really like footsteps it didn't seem like it from what I gathered, but it did seem to be a numbers advantage. It did feel like there was more than Orla, like from what I saw around it, and that is hard to, I can do a lot, but like if I don't want us to feel like we're overwhelmed if we get into somewhere.
I feel pretty confident in our unless you're saying it was like a lot, like
I don't know their strategy. I'm trying to infer a bit here or there, but it seems like whatever size party we go at, we should expect to be fighting more than. They're not going to send a 1-to-1 number of individuals. I think they will always try to use numbers to their advantage. I'm guessing, I'm assuming based on what I saw. Yeah. Maybe on a couple other ones we can see if there's any other indication, but this is something at least I'm inferring based on this.
Can you do you think you can also infer, since you gather all this information?
Yeah.
If we know this is where Travik and Orla were, it's probably most likely that they were coming from where we just came from. Like, are you able
from the Caldera?
Yeah. So are you able to like discern if there's one path coming from and one path going away to somewhere where they might have taken Orla? Or like I'll try to do that as well.
Yeah, no. I'll with that like in mind, I think Gazrick will be like, well, I found this here, and I saw like the actual opinion. Like, I don't think it's probably been a while.
Down and all the markers.
Right. Yeah. Number 2, number 7, number 18. I don't I think Gazrick would be real and be like, it might have been too long ago to track that necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah, the snow moves so fast. Like I think it's impressive that we got what we got, but it is good to look out for it the next space, specifically with that eye. Like maybe like what direction did the attack come from?
Selise just kind of looks at Gazrick and just points at Fenris like, you have
we have a dog.
Oh, I don't even a dire wolf.
We have a dire wolf.
I don't even need to wild shape anymore. This is great. I got the necklace, the amulet. It was like, you got a sense off this?
Also can take.
Somebody also, I think Gazrick also realizes, wait, I can do this, and I'm not even a dog. I can use scrying now with this thing. I literally like the one that I couldn't do. I have a.
You sure can.
Yeah. This is a personal possession that gives me I have now know of him. I have a picture of him. I should get a little bit of it, but yeah, we can do this back at the. I think Gazrick just like, oh, this is great. No, this is great. We can definitely use this, but also Fenris. We never not to have many leads.
I mean, Fenris has keen hearing and smell.
Yeah,
and he gets advantage on wisdom or perception checks to rely on hearing or smell.
Exactly right.
So
he can definitely take a sniff in it, and this is definitely something that could be helpful. But much like Gazrick sort of was like, I think it's been a long time ago. A lot of this has been covered. I really had to dig to see even the tiniest little evidence of these tracks. The scent seems to have faded from here. That said, Fenris can get a scent from the locket still. But in terms of tracing it, go and roll for that.
Because that could be useful if we get collapsed on and want to get chased.
Hey, so Fenris definitely has Orla's scent, and probably Travik's too with a nat 20. But can't seem to find a trail of it here. But we'll we'll make sure that we remember that Fenris at least knows her scent.
Super helpful, because that I was thinking if we get ambushed and they don't catch us and they want to scatter and run away from us, we now maybe can give chase a little bit easier if we we know which way we're going.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, it's getting late and it's getting cold and it's getting dark. What y'all doing out here?
That
was in game, not in real life.
I was like, how did you know?
I mean, we got 25 minutes left.
I know daylight saving time and all, but wow.
I was like, no, that's real.
I'm like, that's too real right now.
We head back, right? Just head back. Head back. Rest up.
Yeah.
Get our slots and whatnot back. Yeah.
Do we want? Where did we just leave Travik? Where is he?
He went back home, but he told you all where you can find him.
Okay.
If you need it.
Because I'd like to bring him. Well, I tell the team. Do we think we should bring him this locket? Maybe he'll be able to glean something from it or stir some memories.
I mean,
I thought you cared. Okay, never
mind. No. Well, I was gonna say it's definitely he should have it. That's his locket now.
Okay.
Until Orla's back, right? Until Orla's back. Yes. Yikes. But I mean, also, if the Xanathar did something to Orla, I'm sure this person would want Tavik to have this.
Yeah.
But also, hey man, might give us some benefit.
Yeah. So depending on how late it is, if it's not super late, I would want to go to his place and give it to him. If it's not
I don't think it's super late. It had just started to get, it had just hit dark proper when you all got back to the inside the walls. So I think that's fine.
So before we do that, what if people are watching him?
Right.
And
that's
what's come back.
He did not consider that, obviously.
So I'm just saying.
I don't know. I mean, I think we're kind of at a bit of a loss here. I think if we do want to get this back to him, I think we just need to take that risk.
All right.
Sure. Yeah, you all can head to Travik's place. It's sort of down in the Caldera, like down below sort of where the bazaar was in some of those residential areas. First time y'all have really gotten a chance to go down here. It is actually
Can I want to before I give it back, I would love to scribe with it. I just because I definitely like once I no longer have it on me. Yeah.
Let's see. So that's going to give you give her, right? Because you're scrying Orla now. So that's going to give her a -4. Is that right?
Yes, because possession of garment. And I have second hand, so they get a +5.
Okay, so it'll basically just mostly negate that bonus from you not actually having met her.
Sure. Then it's I think it's a 17 now instead of an 18. It gets one easier.
Oh
wait.
Okay.
Because it's currently it's a DC 18. Oh, and then they make the roll.
If they succeed, you can't scry on them again for 24 hours, but this is a different person that you're
this is not the Archdurid. Yeah.
So you're fine. So it's just at a +1. Now I gotta find the state block for her.
Wait, you also you have there's a picture of her in the cameo. You know what she looks like. That's a
that's another -2.
No, they don't stack. So it's a +5 to the save modifier because you've heard of her.
Yeah.
But because you have you have a likeness or picture, and then this is her. So I'm sorry. Never mind. It's the +5 and then the -4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
this is why I don't play scrying characters.
It's difficult. Right? She gets a +1 on top of her original modifier. That's what it is. My thing is still an 18, but she gets a +1 instead of a
Well, the good news is she's not the Archdruid, so her wisdom save is not quite as good.
I'll take it.
Okay, flat D20 coming up in the... You gotta be fucking kidding me. Excuse me. You gotta be kidding me.
18?
18 plus, on the die.
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, she also, damn, why is it only when you're trying to scry one of these druids that I roll like gangbusters?
It's no, that's great.
Almost as if something is preventing you from
something
seeing wherever they are.
Wow. Dice are telling a story. Yeah, you can't get anything off of it. You definitely feel sort of feel that link, but I mean, you know, your part of druid training, right, is sort of mental fortitude.
Sorry guys, it's been
that too.
It's been a long day. I couldn't commit. I try maybe tomorrow, but in the meantime, Tavnik should have this. Yeah.
And someone of your power, like after you've cast it once before, this time it's almost like you're whatever this is, Gazrick at his level of power is like brushing up against whatever this is, but you're just not there.
Let me try. Give me one more try. Third time's the charm. Next time, whenever it happens. Yeah.
Tomorrow, because you can't scry on either of these two people for 24 hours.
Right. Burn both my 5th level spots again tomorrow.
You better learn about somebody else that's gone, I guess. Because
I love it. You can return the locket to Travik. I mean, we can have a heartfelt scene here if you would like. Did you want to ask him something about it or anything? Was there anything you wanted from him, or just to return it to him? He is obviously deeply grateful and probably cries.
I think this was Shareef's idea, so I'll ask him once he's settled and situated. Right?
No rush at all.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Sure. Is there anything that you wanted specifically from Travik or to know from Travik? He is very touched, very grateful. He probably cries.
I just want to I guess ask him if he sees maybe any is there anything different about this? Are there any markings on it? Anything that he doesn't recognize that could give us a little hint as to what happened?
He just says no, and he obviously seeing this sort of reminds him of the actual event. And so, he can tell you like he got whacked on the back of the head pretty early, like right away. So he didn't really see anything. And he never thought he would see her again, he says, as he's looking at her picture. But no, it looks to be, the chain is broken where it came off of her neck. But other than that, no. Oh, yeah. Tears. Lots of, I'm really not counting on, but hoping that you all can help, all of that sort of touching NPC nonsense. Anything else today as the dark grows deeper? That was way more ominous than I intended, but I liked it.
Hey, thanks.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you all can long rest. You know what you're about. So those of you who can prepare different spells each day, have a think.
And Hirathok also, when you last talked to him, mentioned that druids in the Enclave would certainly help with magic to do this. It's just at this point he does not feel comfortable or safe sending any more out. But if you, and he kind of sneered a little bit when he said, "Well, if you, Gazrick, need help, we're more than happy to provide some magics to you, so that you can."
Gazrick's prideful. He probably won't follow up with him in a little bit unless it's really necessary.
I have such bad news for you. Hirathok really found one little petty thing he could do, and so Gazrick, you wake up, and when you wake up, there is a parcel for you, and inside is a note that says, to help you out where you need it. And inside is a scroll of locate creature.
I mean, I would have done. I was just about to, he's got his spell book out. He's prepared.
Totally.
I don't even need it anymore.
It was right on the tip of my prep. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. I'll take it. I'll show it to the group.
I mean, look, you have it. You don't have to use it.
Yeah, I know. If it wasn't someone's life on the line, even though someone's life is on the line, God's just questioning it more than he should. But yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty proud for somebody who's not an adventurer. Is all I'm saying. Wow.
Right?
It's
just a businessman.
The businessman, but Gazrick didn't have a grudge until he felt slighted, and then he's like, "Oh, now I'm mad."
That's a mood.
I don't have an opinion on this, but you don't like me having it. Oh, buddy.
And suddenly we all relate deeply to Gazrick.
Spite is one heck of a motifier. Yeah, let's go.
Only Selise is like, I feel a disturbance in the force.
How is there more understanding between Selise and Gazrick during this adventure than there has ever been?
Season,
Amazing, right?
I love it. I do. I love it.
Pettiness is next to godliness.
So yeah, long rest. You've been given a little bit of help. There's been so far no other mention of any of the day's events in the bazaar, except that with the parcel. It is actually, and this is weird, the parcel that arrives for you is actually wrapped with a thorny bramble.
How dare you?
And that's, but other than that, yeah.
Wow.
I think Gazrick, it sees all of it, sees the thorn and the message, and it's like, this is why I hate coming home. Terrific. Okay, it's good.
Selise will actually offer to cut that for you if you like.
It's fine. It's okay. I literally just touch it and it withers away. It's yeah.
Wow.
And I druid crafted it into nothing. Yeah. And now you are dead.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. What is the plan today?
It's the longer plats, right?
Yeah, but Selise, before we go anywhere, wants a hot bath. And to get some rations. So if we're on a longer path and wind up stuck out there, they're not stuck with no food or anything else.
Smart.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Mhm.
And you all, when you went to the bazaar, we talked about this yet, but Brian and I talked about this yesterday. That when you all went to the bazaar,
Mhm.
you were there to pick up also some gear and stuff. So we'll assume you have,
I think
when
cold weather gear. You have Sorry, go ahead.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
canonically, I think Shaka went and were like picking up that stuff while Gazrick was following.
Right.
I think so. I think
Right.
yeah.
And even when Selise and Dahani showed up at the stables while they were trying to figure out how to like basically create saddlebags for Fenris, they looked at you, saw you were newcomers, and they were basically already getting additional supplies to send out with you because they're just like, y'all are fresh off the ice, so
Right.
So yeah,
that's totally a phrase they say here.
Yeah, it's totally a thing they say here.
100%.
So anything that you would have purchased in the bazaar, or sadly, if you had been in non-wolf form, you wouldn't have had to buy anything. It would have been amazing, but wolf Gazrick. So yeah, you've generally been given enough supplies and rations and field. The best thing that, because they're not 100% sure you're going to come back, even though the rumor houses are trained, because they've never seen any of you before. Like, so they're like, let's just prep. You know what? There's a whole liability thing going on here. Let's just make sure. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah.
It's as much about making sure they get their mounts back.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay. So y'all are you've gotten your parcel, you've gotten your package. You are prepping to take on some of the longer trails today, and you have given Travick essentially his marching orders.
Right.
So let's see here. Yep, Hirathok made fun of you about the thorns. So,
Just make sure we're rounding it out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, at that point, I don't have the talent of my co-DM, but I'm just going to snap my fingers and fade us out. Everyone freeze frame and wait for the credits. There you go. But yeah, that so essentially we'll pick up there next week with y'all starting your day, prepared, long rest, got your supplies, you're ready to set out, and means have been laid for your potential trap.
Gasp.
Yeah.
Indeed, yes. Gasp.
Love it all. What a fun session.
So good.
So fun. I do love when there are huge chunks of time that us co-DMs don't have to say a thing while you all play out scenes. It's so what is the word I'm looking for?
Useful?
Affirming. Well, you that too.
It really was
kind of
affirming.
affirming.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
But sorry, we should do the, what do we do? We say who we
The
are.
outros. We should say who we are and how they can
My
find our
bad.
awesome stuff.
My bad. It is also time for, if you have questions, questions. It's Rivals question in the chat. There you go. Please make sure that you start your post in all caps with question, and it is for in-character questions. It is not for cast member questions. And while that is happening, while you got a little time to ruminate on what that is, let me see here. I'm looking at the overlay again. I guess I'll start with me and go back the other way, because this is going to be even more confusing.
Cool.
So, weird.
Yeah, I know it's weird, right? It's easy for me because I have nothing going on this week. So I am Brian, your co-DM, or Bohemian, pretty much everywhere on social media. You can see me on Twitch a few times a week. And this is a nice, easy week for me. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably actually get some blog writing in on the thing about being a co-DM, because Eugenio is amazing, but we're not going to Eugenio because we're going to Tanya.
Oh,
Am I
hi.
pointing the right way? I don't know if I'm pointing.
I don't know.
No, you did it
I
right.
don't know. Hey.
No, this way.
Hi, Cypher over on the internet. And actually, in 2 hours, you can come over to my channel where I'm going to show the first ever footage of Glitch Hikers, which is a game from Silverstring Media during the, I'm going to get this wrong because I want to call it the wrong name all the time, but it's a Canadian indie festival. We're going to stream the game, talk to Lucas J.W. Johnson. One of our friends, Gabe James Games, did a voice on it. Also, Andrea, simply Andrea, for those of you that have been around streaming, also did a voice in there. I consulted on it, and we're just gonna talk while I'm playing the game. And it's gonna be on the Steam homepage for the game, my channel, and then Mega Migs is also going to host the channel. And so you can come by, ask questions about the game, talk to Lucas, talk to me. It'll be a lot of fun. This upcoming Thursday is the season finale for Black Dice Society, or finale for the year. I don't know what we're calling it. we've got a lot to cover in the Feywild. Let's see what happens. Everyone should be there. And then after next, Eugenio and I are at San Diego Comic-Con, the live episode of Into the Motherlands. I remembered this week.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's it. So just come by. I've been playing a lot of Forza. I actually got Battlefield 2042. Surprise, surprise. I like shooting games.
Very good.
And a lot of New World. So yeah, me and logging, a lot of logging.
Awesome. Masood.
Hey y'all, I'm Masood. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Marudeboy, MAHRUDEBOI. I will be back with Rivals next Sunday. I'm currently traveling with my buddy as he's moving across country. And I mentioned this because this is what I was going to get up to. Earlier today was eating a very, very good cinnamon roll. I finished it. It was so good. I could not wait till the end of this episode to talk about it. But I wanted to shout out the person who I'm staying with, her husband, and they've been great. But Lauren Quick, L_Quick on Instagram, takes commissions if you're looking for pastries and other things of the like. Give them a follow. Go look at some of the things that they made. There's quite a good stuff, and I'll tell you, it was delicious. I had a good eat. But that's all about me. Up next, LaTia.
Yeah.
Me. Just making sure that my mic is on. Hi. I have not much going on this week. You can catch me tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central for Idle Champions Presents Episode 2. We just murdered a whole bunch of dragons, and we're about to get murdered by a whole bunch of dryads. So we'll see how that goes. Yes. And then this Thursday, you can catch me at twitch.tv/fandom tabletop for the second episode of our of Roll and Keep. We're playing Eidolon Alpha from the Cortex handbook. We're like Greek somewhat demigods who are embroiled in a mystery. It's fun. You can catch the previous episodes on their YouTube. And then I think that is all for me until Rivals next week. And I'll be at PAX. We'll all be at PAX. You all know that. But anything else?
You better be at PAX.
I was going to say, wait a second.
I was like, what?
Better be.
I just finished booking my plane ticket. So I'm definitely at PAX.
Great, awesome.
So yeah, anything else, I will be on Twitter where you know I am.
Okay.
And then we pass it to these mountains.
Yes. The mountains, sadly, the steward of the mountains is very likely away taking care of the new NPC. But be sure to follow Shareef Jackson on social media and keep an eye out for our upcoming Tuesday weekly gaming stream, which is back at this channel. And that way you can pester him with all the questions when he's playing a game. So
yeah. And I am Eugenio. You can follow me here on the Twitches and on Twitter at DM Jazzy Hands. What do I have going on this week? Tomorrow, next episode of Courts of the Shadow Fae at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. On the Cobalt Press channel, I should say. Then Tuesday, I stream here on the Twitches. I will be streaming Mass Effect, but also I am raising money on Tuesday during my stream for Charity Water, really awesome organization that actually several of us, I think, have raised money for before. So come hang out on Tuesday. And if you feel so inclined, donate some money to a really great cause to help communities around the world get clean water for the people that live there. We have a couple of donation incentive goalpost markers that if we meet, I will be giving away some copies of Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, because I found myself with several copies, which is lovely. But I got some because Rivals, and then I got some because I wrote in it, and so now you get to have some of them. So come hang out with me on Tuesday to raise money for Charity Water. And then Wednesday, keep an eye on the Twitter's new project that has not been announced yet, but will premiere on Wednesday evening. All I can say right now is that it is a co-production of The Last Refuge, my Kickstarter, my podcast, Cobalt Press, and another group that I can't talk about yet, but it's going to be very exciting, and that'll be premiering on Wednesday night. So come hang out there. And I believe that's it for me. We do have a question, right? Please.
Oh, yeah. I was going to have one last thing I was going to ask folks, if that's cool. It's a personal project. Do you have any fan art? Oh no, please, no, go first. Go first.
Let me answer this question real quick. The question that was asked to Dahani was Dahani even aware of what the guards thought was happening with the game of tag? And if she was, what was she thinking? I don't think she was aware. Like she rolled up on Fenris, and then like got off. Like she was more. I was more concerned with the giant cage of thorns and its existence and how it came into being. And then when I realized that my friend whose face I drew very nicely was in it, I was like, hey buddy, what's up? But now that I know that he's kind of nice, I'm probably going to give him the art that I drew of his face.
That's very sweet. That's very kind.
Pretty.
Yeah.
From mugshot to gift.
Speaking of art, though, this is a great transition. Hey, y'all, if you have any fan art of Gazrick, send it my way. I'm working on something on my own end, and I can't talk about it yet, what its purpose or value is for. But if you have fan art of Gazrick, and I've been looking for other stuff, if you've made something in the past, send it my way. Either shoot me a DM or just tag me on Twitter. I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Look at that timing.
Let's
get it.
Perfection.
We are 1 minute to 3. We have done it. Who are we rating? I've already forgotten.
Angry Black Ladies, if you follow Imani Gandhi on Twitter, she's recently started streaming on Twitch, and she's taking on Anton Castillo in Far Cry 6. So it's interesting to watch. And her dog, Daniel Spaniel Day Lewis, often makes appearances as
Spaniel Day Lewis.
It's so good.
I'm dead.
That's the dog's name.
Math, that's so good.
I'm gonna go home. Good night.
Let's go over there before
absolutely.
Everyone go right over. Yeah.
All
Everyone
right,
get that Rivals Raid ready. Hang out
See you
there.
next week,
Watch
y'all.
the credits.
Thank you so much.
Hold on. She may not have raids set up.
Well, while we figure that out, we just want to say thank you all so much for hanging out. We will see you next week, same time, same place here. Just a heads up, in 2 weeks, we will be having an off week. We will not have episode 9 in 2 weeks. There will be 1 week out because Tanya and I will be in San Diego. And then the week after that, we will have our penultimate episode. And then, of course, our finale Friday night, 8 o'clock on the main stage at PAX Unplugged in Philly. Hope to see many of you there. Hopefully the rest of you in the stream. That's what's coming up. We are already down to our last 3 episodes of this.
You counted it out. I was like, no, that makes sense. But I'm also what? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah, it's here.
All right, so our raid target changed because Imani's so new to Twitch, she doesn't have her raids on yet. So we're gonna go hang out with Dr. B. I don't know what he's playing or what he's doing.
That's fine. We'll have a lovely time with
Minecraft.
Dr. B.
It's Minecraft. It's gonna be great.
Oh, perfect. Friend of the channel. Give all the rivals love over there. Be on your best behavior. We will see you all next Sunday. Thanks so much. Happy gaming, y'all.
Bye, everybody.